Okay, we need to take a closer look at the harbor.
Hey,
Must be something we missed.
Ah, you've come just in time. I'm in need of an assistant for a magic experiment. I'm sure you're eager to do me a favor for science's sake.
easy, my friend. First, tell me what this is all about.
I have developed a new spell, a spell of oblivion. I've already successfully carried out a few practical applications, but I don't have time to conduct one final test.
Tell me more about the experiment and the spell.
The spell serves to make somebody forget various events. So far, I have only found it to work when the person in question is angry, for instance. If he has been knocked down or robbed. Even if he has only witnessed such a deed, he will scratch it from his memory.
So I'm supposed to knock somebody down and then put a spell on him?
So I need to find a...
Yes, I think you get the point. But to make somebody angry, it is enough to attack him. You don't have to knock him down. So you should pick somebody who's by himself. If there are other people around, you'll just get into trouble with Lord Andre. Also, it makes no sense to cast the spell on someone who's busy attacking you. Wait for the right moment.
Okay, we can't use it in the harbor district because fist fights are so common here. Has to be somewhere in the city. And the gardener should suit our needs fine. No witnesses.
What's in it for me if I help you?
I could teach you how to brew potions. I know the recipes for healing and mana essences, and for potions of great speed.
Yeah, that sounds great. We do want to learn how to make the permanent potions. That does require the skill.
Alright, I'll try out that spell.
Then take this spell scroll and find yourself a suitable guinea pig. Once you're done, come back and tell me how it went.
I have to assume it'll work, otherwise we're gonna be in deep shit. Potions of magic power and ingredients. Fire needles, fire weeds, fire roots. Are we free to take these?
Filthy thief. Just
Yep. I thought we might not be, but there's a difference between trying to guess and knowing. Anything else we've missed? I don't recall him earlier.
What do you want here? Go! Smart kid.
We really talked to everyone here. Well, clearly we haven't talked to everyone, but...
What are you cooking there?
Oh, fish soup. It's not all that tasty, but at least it's hot. You can try a plateful, if you like.
What can you tell me about the city?
Most citizens in this town are afraid of thieves. Therefore, it's not a good idea to enter strange houses. But if you're looking for a place to stay overnight, you're welcome to sleep in my hut. There's an extra bed that you can have.
Aren't you afraid of thieves?
The only valuable thing that I ever owned has already been taken. Oh, someone stole my statue of Inos.
Statue of Inas.
Could you cook me some soup?
I cook for everybody. For you too, if you want. All you need to do is bring me a fish.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
So, free to enter here and sleep here. I don't particularly want to try to rob her, and she did say that she doesn't have anything of value. Getting away from troublemakers should be easy here.
That's an open secret.
Just climb up on the roofs.
That's an open secret.
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
Says things like that.
It's a bad business.
Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Missing people?
All day too.
This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Corinus to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
He simply talks too much.
Are you missing someone?
Me?
I can't take care
No.
of everything for everybody.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
How interesting.
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinus lately. That is true.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Show me your fish.
That's an open secret.
Yeah, they're fish, normal
That's
fish.
an open secret.
Shocking, I know.
You don't say.
You have no business being here.
Okay.
Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
I got the impression that if there's a sign outside, you can go in, but apparently that's not true.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Nothing amazes me.
Someone's gonna
In-house deals out fair
Simply
punishment.
talks too much.
That's been known a long
take
time.
care of everything for everybody.
No idea. You tell me. In-house deals out fair punishment.
Nobody ever asks for my opinion.
Hey, you have no business up here. Only paladins and those of us in the militia have access here.
What's up here then?
This is the provisions store of the Royal Guard of the Paladins. I am the provisions master here, and I'm responsible for seeing to it that none of the paladin stuff goes astray, and you're not wanted here. So keep your hands to yourself or I'll chop them off.
All the crates still there?
Don't touch anything or I'll call the watch. Got it?
Can you sell me any of the paladin stuff?
You want to buy? Let's say that if you could compensate me for the trouble that will arise from the paladin's things wandering off, then we might be able to do business.
Does that happen often? Things going astray?
As long as the provisions master says that everything is right, no.
I see. What do you have to offer?
Then pay attention.
Dexterity-based sword. Giant machete. Holy arrow. Magic damage 100. Mole rat fat. Gemeling holy lights. We really need to know where we can learn more of the trapping skills. We have the skill, but we don't know how to salvage parts from most animals. It can't be something that's fairly hidden, so we don't find it in the city. We'll continue with the major roads until we find someone who can teach it. I don't think the monastery is a place. It's not that. There's 3 major sites: the city, the monastery, and actually the mercenary camp. So if it's not in the city, I would suspect it's somewhere near the mercenary camp then. It's just such a fundamental thing that has to be fairly easily accessible. I believe it will cost us dearly, but still. I'd like to see how much we're going to pay for it. Proper goddamn ship here. Nice looking ship too. It was faster in the first game. This is I don't get why you don't. There's not an easier way to do this. Basically, cook your meat, because this is just it's a pointless time sink.
What with?
Okay, there seems to be a faster way to doing this. Okay, I guess the music doesn't want to stop here then. Yeah, never knew fishing was this easy. Just run around the beaches and pick the fishes up. Holy shit. What the hell is that? It looked like something I don't particularly want to engage at this moment, but might be doable. It's one-on-one fight. Oh crap. Yeah. That was a good failure. So basically a lizard. %10 chance to hit with bow. Not exactly, yeah. Yeah, and we're doing such a low damage, it doesn't matter. Well, let's just die here and get it over with. Well,
nothing to plunder.
Because we don't have the skills. Frankly, I didn't have much hoping us winning that fight, but yeah, we can rest here if we want to. No need, we can just go and get ourselves healed up in the city for free. Gaper clan. Yeah, I didn't get much out of that. Our first experience with a lizard. Probably one of the most easiest fights we've had so far. Seems like they're barely dangerous, but what the hell am I doing? But if you sort of get them into a good
Nothing to be had there.
hit combo, you can survive against them without too much fuss. Pirate's Cutlass. Yeah, strength requirement 60. Worth 700. So, totally worthwhile. Probably can't enter the ship. It is likely a place for the missing people though. I don't think so because it's paladin led.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to...
There's nothing here to see. Now move along.
I want to get aboard the ship.
No one may enter the ship. I have my orders. I shall kill anyone who enters the ship without authorization. In the name of Innos, I shall defend the ship with my life.
So yeah, we'll abandon that one. Just a quick look. Anything of value here? Not spotting anything. Could be an item here. Yeah, just a knife. Well, at least we know, and we got hundreds of gold worth of loot here, so not a waste of time in any way. We're gonna need that. We do need to get healed up. I don't want to get into any fights here. We're gonna get healed up, we might also go and test the spell.
Hey,
You're a fisherman?
now how did you ever guess that? Can't you simply leave me alone? Don't take it personally, but I haven't been too happy lately. It's that militia.
Trouble with the militia?
Those bastards keep coming here and taking whatever they want. Last week, They made off with my entire catch. It's for a good cause, they said. I know that everybody's gotta fend for himself since the farmers have stopped trading. And of course, sometimes people just go hungry. Small wonder that they're snatching the fish from right under my nose. But if they keep doing this, I won't even have enough to feed myself.
Have you talked to the Paladins about this?
Are you joking? Do you really think they'd be interested if a poor devil like me has his problems with the militia?
Maybe I can help you.
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to know somebody from the militia who has connections to the Paladins. The Paladins will hardly buy the fish from me.
I shall see what I can do. So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
What exactly did we promise to do? I should find someone in the militia with influence on the paladins who can help. Fine. We don't exactly know a lot of people and we aren't in good terms with them anyway, so I'm not sure how much I would really help. Spiny clam. It's like evening's coming again. So I want to get healed up and test the Oblivion spell. And worry about the harbor later. I'm not sure we want to go and rest this time. At least Valentine or something like that, someone called similar like that, was causing some trouble at a tavern. I want to check on that this time. Minor things, but we do need that experience. That would get us luck picking, and that would get us more money immediately. Again, we have 3 tests we can go immediately and just luck pick. No, 2. 1 requires a key. Definitely 2. Be they worthless? Maybe not. Probably not. We'll take... How many lockpicks do we have? That's the important thing.
And the human slew the beast, and it entered
what do a lockpick look like? 9. Probably enough to lockpick them. Even if we break a few.
That order and chaos were now unequal, and he begged.
Can you heal me?
Gadanos, bless this body. Free it of it.
Okay. See if we can find the gardener. Alternatively, I wonder if we could take down... Well, we can't take down that guard anyway. I'm wondering, can I jump on that?
Halt! No one may enter the...
Why can't anyone...
The Honorable Lord Hagen... Are you deaf? One step closer.
It's definitely either get through him or jump through the back wall. I'm guessing the jumping over the back wall would be the option. But it requires either something that I don't have quite a grasp of, or it just requires you to jump from the correct location. It seems to me that sometimes that's also the key. Jumping there slightly at the side does nothing. Correct, change the place and you can easily climb up. So it's Yarch's house guard. Yeah, he isn't here now. Ah, crap. Well, we know where to find him, so we'll have to just wait some other time. Okay. Now the Valentine or whatever, Valentinos, something like that.
Don't tell this to anyone. That's not what I heard. And it's going to get even.
He was in a tavern, very close to the temple. At least that was one of the guys, the owner, was bitching about him.
That's all just gossip.
Don't say.
Can't rely on that.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Will it ever change?
He simply talks too much.
Same old thing all over
It's
again.
quite obvious.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Honestly, I witnessed it
It
myself.
was his decision, wasn't it?
I've heard a thing or two.
I never knew that.
Valentino.
Well, what have we here?
Have you no manners? That's disgusting. Oh, is this filthy rabble? Haven't you a job where you ought to be? But I suppose no one would miss a down-at-heel fellow like you, hey? Well, if you had as much gold as I do, you wouldn't have to work either. But you'll never be that rich.
I see I'm gonna have lots of fun with you.
We can only wait and see. That doesn't amaze me.
I asked you who you are.
I am Valentino, the handsome, bon vivant and ladies' man. Poor in cares, rich in wisdom and gold, and the women throw themselves at me. If you have problems, keep them. I don't need them.
Do you have anything else to tell me?
Make yourself popular, never promise anything to anyone, take what you can, and watch out that you don't get into a quarrel with the militia. Or with jealous husbands, of course. They're the worst, let me tell you.
Do you have any...
I've told you everything you need to know. The rest is up to you.
Better shut up.
It's not an actual quest, but a lot of people seem to be happy if I'd like to teach this guy a lesson.
I used to say that myself.
Looks like I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Doesn't matter to me. Thrash me all you want. When I get up tomorrow, I'll be fine again. But you'll have to run around with that mug of yours for life.
No idea. You tell me.
Excellent.
Where'd you pick that up then?
Nothing amazes me.
Put away that weapon. Just you wait.
We're not gonna win this. We can't fight this with our fists. I'm hoping the system is more of the same. In the sense that we can actually use a weapon without killing someone.
I witnessed it myself.
Why are you sitting there, you dumbass?
Things I could tell you.
Put away that weapon.
He can't keep anything.
Doesn't amaze me.
And it's going to get even worse.
I couldn't get away.
No.
He works all day too.
That was no big deal.
I'm no better off myself.
He can't keep anything to himself.
That's no secret.
Really not.
Not bad.
Never pick a fight with me again.
No, I need to pick a fight with you. It was going just fine. We screwed up at the start.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Put away. My God, how brutal.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Tell me that isn't true. Change.
Do you really believe
That's an
that?
open secret.
That's no secret.
I agree with
If
you.
I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
I'm staying out of it.
Didn't get that from me. I'd have done it
Now
differently.
that's typical, isn't it?
Leave me alone, you filthy brute. Wait until Lord Andre hears of this.
I knew that.
Tell this to anyone.
I don't care.
Things I
Yeah,
forget.
Who says things like that?
we could use the Oblivion spell on him.
Do you really believe that?
It had to happen sooner or later.
I'd have done it differently.
Honestly, I witnessed
I'll pay
it
the
myself.
fine. We got a key from him after all.
That was
He
obvious
can't
all
keep
along.
anything to himself.
That's been known a long time.
Do you have anything else to tell me?
Leave me alone.
Get that from me. Do you really believe
I don't think that made a difference. It's not a test. Okay, at least now they're sitting properly.
Really,
that was
how
obvious all
interesting.
along?
Ah,
Show me your wares.
Now that's
Hmm.
typical, isn't it?
Been there, done that.
now we should probably go and pay our fines.
Hey, you!
Go
That's all
away,
just
don't tell
gossip.
me that.
Where did
That
you
will
pick
never
that
Ah,
up?
we could go hunting together. Not now
You
though.
hardly
Things
know
like
who to
that.
believe these days.
You don't have to
Just
tell me
like you
that.
said.
And he works all day, too.
Hoorah.
Hey, you!
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Show me your wares.
That's what I'd
Nothing's
always
ever
say.
gonna change that.
Torturous act.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Beach bow, dexterity 110.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Arrow protection.
I don't want to
Works
hear
all
that.
day, too.
He never would have thought of that himself.
I won't tell you.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit
Never
order
knew
of the
that.
Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Yeah, pay the fine, pay the fine, pay the fine.
It is one thing if you brawl with the rabble in the harbor, but when you attack citizens or the king's soldiers, I must bring you to justice. If I let you get away with it, soon everyone here will do whatever he wishes. So, you will pay an appropriate penalty, and the matter will be forgotten.
How much?
100 gold pieces.
I want to pay the penalty.
Good. I shall see to it that everyone in the city learns of it. That will restore your reputation to some degree.
Hmm. So we got more money from the target than we lost by paying. We might have been. The problem with using the Oblivion on him is that there's just
law is immediately declared in all
too many
cities and
witnesses
regions
there,
of the realm.
so
All
it
civilian
wouldn't probably
judges
help all
are
that
to
much.
hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective
By the way,
immediately. The Honorable Lord
let's see if we can wrap up the Oblivion quest on the next day.
against the king's guards most severely.
We need to be in full health anyway before we go back to the harbor. If there's one place we can expect to find trouble in this place, that would be it. Especially if there are missing people, we might stumble upon the person responsible. Or person or persons. Well, if it's persons, I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter at that point.
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
That's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, why can't I just grab a hold onto these? Clearly you have the jumping distance to reach that. I mean, you just need to get your fingers there and you can then push yourself up.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
That was quite obvious. Been there, done that.
I agree with you completely.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
If the gardener isn't there, it's up to you.
What's new?
Citizens are disappearing from here one by one. Up to now, we haven't been able to find out what's happening to them. Could the orcs be behind it?
What are my options here in town?
If you don't want to end up in the gutter in the harbor district, find a regular job. Ask around in the lower part of town. Maybe you'll get lucky. If you're planning on staying longer here in the city, you should join the militia, or at least get trained in combat. The combat instructors in the barracks also train civilians. The orcs will come soon, and then you'll be glad of every hour you spent on the drill ground.
I wonder if we should join the militia. Militia would not be a faction.
What can you tell me about this area?
You're now in the upper part of town. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, that's all I wanted to know. I want to join the militia.
Good.
Yeah, that was useful. I think if you're with militia, you have access to at least a chance to get to be a paladin. Oh, there he is. Hopefully this works well enough.
Hey, you!
Put down that weapon. Put that away, or you're in for it. I warned you.
Stop it at once!
Guards!
Alarm!
Yeah, it won't work while they're fighting. I'm not quite sure how am I exactly supposed to use this. Yeah, because it immediately stopped the fighting. Shit. Okay. New spell. Anyone gets angry about a fight or for some other reason, he won't want to speak to me anymore. This would be an ideal point to cast a spell. This is the ideal opportunity for testing that spell. Then he'll forget he reported the matter too. I don't think anyone in the harbor district will get cross if I knock him down. So
Put down that weapon.
Stop it at once! Ah!
Ah, my head.
Hey! Show me your wares.
okay. Well, we got a ton of experience from that. Seems to be fine with it now.
That's no secret.
No one's reacting.
That's really not my problem.
So
I couldn't care
let's
less.
report the results.
That's really not my problem.
I just expected some kind of a notification that I've basically done what I came to do.
I don't know why I get so worked up. But no,
I'll
I
get
insist that he do
full
better.
life before going there. Again, we'll immediately go after the missing people at the harbor.
Can you heal me?
So. I guess the intent, first and foremost, is that if you really screw up, that's an option to get things at least somewhat right.
He'd better shut up.
And he works all day, too.
Everybody knows by now.
Maybe if you're a thief, you'd have more use for it.
I used the spell scroll.
Fine, fine. And were you successful?
Yes, it worked.
Excellent. One small success for science, but a big one for me. Now, I can use my time to instruct you in the arts of alchemy. I could also give you some useful things if you want.
Alchemy.
Instruct me in the art of alchemy.
To prepare a potion at the alchemist's bench, you need a laboratory flask. And you're going to need different plants or other ingredients for each potion.
Ah, it costs 1 learning point. This is problematic because I need them for something else, but at least the training is now available.
Show me your wares.
Water scrolls. Transformation. Snapper, Lizard, Lurker, Scavenger, War. These might be good combat abilities too at this point. Shadow Beast. Sheep. Fire Lizard. Dragon Snapper. Temporary speed boost could also be something that allows you to gain access to different places. No. Oh. We are 100 points away from an all-important level up, which would give us picklocks. So, key to much loot.
That's what I've always said. He had better shut out.
If we find the missing people, that's probably enough. Oh god, this is the... Ah, yes.
Hey, you!
Hey, I can't take care of you now, baby. Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
I just want to ask you a few questions about those missing people.
I could tell you a thing or two, but not here, honey.
Then let's go upstairs.
Fine, but you get it settled with Bromar first. I don't want any trouble.
Same old thing all over again.
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my girls. I like my girls. And if you like my girls too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
Wonder if the information is worth it.
Are all your girls accounted for?
Of course they are. Or do you think I want to go to jail over something like that?
I wasn't asking about your payroll. I mean, are they all present? Or have any gone missing?
Oh yeah. Actually, one of my girls has up and left. Her name's Lucia. I reported it to the militia too, but they claim they haven't found a trace of her yet.
How long has Lucia been missing?
Several days. I don't know exactly how long. I assume she ran off with one of her suitors, eh? That bitch made off with part of my savings, a really valuable golden dish, eh? If I get hold of her, I'll give her what for. So how is that any business of yours, huh? Do you want to have fun or not?
I want to have some fun.
Fine. You're not likely to forget the next few hours of your life anytime soon. Go upstairs with Nadja then. Have fun.
Hey, you! Let's go upstairs.
Today's your lucky day, baby. Let's go.
Been there, done that.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Wonder if some of these keys can be only obtained by pickpocketing.
I'm staying out of it.
I don't see other ways to. Maybe we could beat the shit out of them, but that's a lot of trouble. Probably not worth it anyway.
I don't believe that.
You can't rely on that.
Hopefully this is worth the 50 gold.
So can we talk now?
We've got enough privacy up here. Bromar doesn't like to see us talk to guests during work if there's nothing in it for him. So you want to know more about the people who disappeared down here at the harbor, do you? I don't know whether I can help you much, but at least I can tell you what became of Lucia.
Tell me about Lucia.
Nobody here is too sorry that she's gone.
Why?
I don't think there was anyone here whom she didn't try to use. She was a real bitch.
Nobody wants to know.
Where did she disappear to?
She used to see a lot of Elveridge, the apprentice of Thorben, the carpenter from the lower part of town. I bet she's up and left with that young man.
Where could the two of them have gone?
If the wolves didn't eat them, I suppose they went to stay with the farmers. Where else would they go?
That's an open secret.
What else do you know?
I've heard many stories about people who disappear down here at the harbor, but I'm not so sure whether I should believe them. You should have a chat with the merchants down here. That's all I can tell you, alas. Now, what about the two of us, sweetie? You paid for it, after all. Wouldn't you like to have a little fun before you leave?
Go away, don't tell me, Dad.
Why not? Holy shit, there's an actual cutscene. With clothes on. Still, didn't expect that. It's much better than just Fade to Black. Worth the spending of 50 gold to see that. Okay, at least we got a few tips. So Lucia and the apprentice are likely together. That's at least something.
Talk to Bromar if you want to have some fun.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
These are bad times.
Don't tell this to anyone.
And he works all day, too.
Traders here.
He'd better shut up.
Hey, you!
Take care of it.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, this is the one that would give us a trip to where the mercenaries are. I think we'll take his offer at some point, just to hear their offers and get hopefully a new set of quests.
Hey, you!
I'd have gone about it.
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm. No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinthus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood, and I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
Okay, lighthouse. Merchants.
Hey! What are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards. But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes. His name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
When was the last time you saw Monty?
He hasn't bothered to show up for work for at least 2 days.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farum the fisherman told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
Talked to Farum already. He didn't mention anything about this.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
Can I help you somehow?
Yes, you can. Find out what the paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. And I have to know if the orcs will attack, and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information you can get. I need to know how much time I have left to finish the boat.
What's going on at the harbor?
The orcs are breathing down our necks and you're asking about the harbor?
I only wanted to...
The biggest problem we have is that there aren't enough ships in the harbor to get us out of here. To be honest, there's only one ship here, and that belongs to the paladins. They certainly won't let us get out of here with that.
As to that orc outside of town?
Yes?
Don't worry about him. The city guard is going to take care of him.
Good. If you find out more, let me know.
Yeah, 45 experience points to the next level. Ah. Wave battle. Yeah. I heard a woman's voice.
I agree with you completely.
Okay, we probably have to talk to the fisherman again. Now that his main name has been dropped here. Some kind of storage.
Hey, you got no business here, understand?
Who are you?
That's none of your business. I'm the boss here, okay?
The boss? Of what? Of those chests?
Hey, the storeroom was under my supervision, got it? So piss off, or else I'll bash in your skull.
Fair enough. What's this place? Storeroom. Let's click. See anything? Okay.
That's what I've always said.
Do you really believe that?
And it's gonna get even worse.
That's all just gossip.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby
What are you
enacted.
doing here?
From this moment onward,
This is my
Lord
home. But if you
Andre
mean,
will take
what
the
do I do
supreme
all day?
command of our
I
militia.
arrange fights.
All the citizens of this city who have martial skills
You arrange
at their
fights?
disposal are
Every day,
herewith
from
urged to
noon
join
until
the Royal
evening.
Militia.
And right here, behind the warehouse in the Harbor District. Home sweet home.
You live behind the warehouse?
It's only temporary. When you have as much gold as I do, you can afford a little luxury. I was a drill instructor in the army, but I left that bunch to seek my fortune in adventure. Now I've wound up in this shithole. My last 100 gold pieces went to the guards at the city gate. So, I'm seeing to it that I come into money again. I even had to sell my sword.
To whom did you sell the sword?
I swapped it with a trader in the marketplace for some stuff. The guy's called Jorah. The torches and the bit of meat that he gave me are long used up.
He isn't likely to give me the sword for nothing.
It's an old sword. He won't want much for it. Just think of the money as an extra stake for the fight.
What do you know about the war against the orcs?
There's not much to tell. The war's been going on for too long. The country people are starving. Everywhere there are peasant revolts that are put down mercilessly by the king. But there's just too many of them. If the war doesn't end soon, the realm will fall apart.
Can you train me?
If you really want to learn how to fight, then go up against me. The lesson is no extra charge.
What are the rules for the fight?
Quite simple. All regular weapons are allowed, no bows or crossbows, and no magic. We fight until one of us drops. And as soon as one of us is flat on his back, it's over. Got it? Whoever leaves the ring is out. So if you quit, I win. The stake is 50 gold coins. If you win, you get 100 back. If not, well, then your money is down the drain. Got it?
Yep.
Hear ye,
Got it,
inhabitants of
and I'm not
Corinus.
really interested.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen,
But it's a nice
the following
option to be
decree is
aware of.
hereby enacted.
The other
From this
options,
moment onward,
Hey.
Lord Andre will take the
Hello,
supreme
Lucy.
command of our militia. All the citizens of this city who have martial skills
Regular
at their
dialogue.
disposal
So
are
why are
herewith
you
urged to
named?
join the Royal
What's
Militia.
new?
I wonder why the Paladins are here at all. They're holding the town hall, the barracks, and the harbor, but they haven't actually done anything so far. If they were here about the orcs or the bandits, they would have done something ages ago. There must be another reason.
That's not what I heard.
What can you tell me about this area?
You are now in the harbor district. Where do you want to go?
Thanks, that's all.
You listen to the wrong people.
Honestly, Winston, that's not good.
Boy, that lunatic's hammering is wearing me down.
Who are you talking about?
Can't you hear that hammering? Who do you think hammers all day long in the Harbor District? I mean that lunatic felon. He takes the hammer to his hut every day.
That's been known a long time.
Are those your sheep?
The only one that belongs to me is the one that answers to the name of Lucy. That's my wife, Lucy. The sheep belong to the militia. All the sheep they collect from the farmers, they bring to me.
And how are the sheep?
Felon's hammering is going to drive them crazy. One of these days, they'll go completely to pieces.
I could take care of Felon.
You want to help me? What's in it for you?
You tell me.
Oh, that's how it is. All right, if you can get him to stop hammering, I'll pay you 25 gold pieces. But I'll tell you one thing right now. You can't talk to the guy. He's nuts. The only thing that will help is a few decent punches.
I'll see what I can do.
You can think about it. Remember, I'll pay you 25 gold coins.
You wish to talk to the wife.
By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted.
Nothing new.
Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm.
I take
Civilian
these.
judges are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The
I
Honorable
guess if it's inside the house, you have to. It's a robbery.
resistance against the king's guards most severe. Every inhabitant of Corinus who is guilty of
Outside, you're always free to take everything. Ah, yeah, hammer boy. I remember you. I just want my level up.
Hey, you!
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Hello? Are you feeling quite well?
Fine, just as long as I manage to get all this repaired in time.
Wait a minute.
Bad business.
Could you stop hammering?
Not what I heard.
Nah, I have to finish this.
That's been known a long time.
He had better shut up.
That's all just gossip.
Just quit hammering, okay?
Just try not to bug me too much, okay?
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
I'll give you 10 gold pieces if you stop that hammering.
Hey, that's very generous of you. But as to your gold, you can... Well, you know what you can do with it.
How interesting.
Stop that hammering or I'll break every bone in your body.
Forget it, or I'll knock some sense into your head with my hammer.
I'm no better off myself.
Fight!
Show him!
Critical.
Not bad.
Will it ever change?
Don't tell this to anyone.
I'm not telling you anything new.
Really? How interesting.
I'm no better off myself.
This will have to get him to agree. He doesn't have hammers anymore.
It's a bad business.
Ah.
Hey, you!
Okay, so you beat me. Some heroic deed that was.
Will you stop hammering now, or do I have to thrash you again?
No, don't hit me anymore. I'll stop. But if everything collapses around here, it'll be your
It's
fault.
gonna get even worse.
Fair enough.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Give me my level up.
inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit
Felon will hammer no longer.
Hear that? No more hammering. At last, I thought the fellow would never quit. You've done me a huge favor. You know what? I'll give you 30 gold pieces.
who have martial skills at their disposal are herewith urged to join
And how are the sheep?
The sheep eat and get fatter and fatter. Just like my wife.
Yep, funny. Okay. All important level up. We'll get the lockpicking immediately and go take a look at what there are in the containers we know that are there. Who's Mildor? Let's see.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Moneylender.
Not long ago, they were searching for their other.
Are you giving it away?
No, but right across the street here is the house of Lamar, the moneylender. I'm sure he'll give you a few gold pieces. Just go ahead.
Do you work for Lamar?
Smart kid.
Okay.
Who says things like that?
Don't want to pay him 200 though. Shit.
Can't keep anything to himself.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Because we could go basically to the mercenary camp, for example, directly. But
Insisted he
crap. Crap. don't have that much money anyway. I'm not taking it now. I'll finish the harbor. Maybe we can find other ways to learn the same skills.
Don't tell me that.
I'll pay the 200 if it comes to that, but at the moment there are no chests for me here.
You look a little worse for wear. Haven't slept in a long time, have you?
Too long, I should say.
Come on, step closer. With me, you'll find what you're looking for.
You said that you've got what I need. Does that include information?
But of course, what is it you want to know?
Insisted he knew better.
Really, how interesting.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
What interesting things are there to see around the harbor?
Well, if you're looking for some action, you can go down to Cardiff's Inn at the quay. There's always something brewing there. You can hardly miss it. The guy standing by the entrance there will certainly draw your attention to it. Besides that, there's the large ship of the Paladins, the King's stately war galley. That one's really worth seeing. You'll find it if you keep left at the quay and then pass under the high rock face.
You listen to the wrong people.
Do you know anyone from the upper quarter?
If I knew anyone up there, I wouldn't be standing here, my boy.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
You could say so. It wasn't that long ago. A thief ran by here. He must have stolen a bow in the lower part of the city. Of course, the militia came here way too late, like always. He got away from them, just jumped into the harbor, and he was gone.
Jumped into the harbor. Okay, that's useful.
Show me your wares.
So maybe either there's some kind of passage in the water, or the bow is still in the water. Either way, that is useful. Thank you.
Who said that? Hey, I don't know you. What do you want here? Are you headed for the tavern?
Do you really?
Yes.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Ah, so this is the harbor watering hole. And there I was, taking it for the governor's palace.
Hey, cut out the bad jokes, runt. Otherwise you'll be chewing the cobblestones.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Who said that?
But I don't want to go to the tavern.
You know, sooner or later, everyone wants to go into the tavern. So you can pay right now. Then you'll have it over with.
Surprise me.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Are you trying to make trouble for me?
Sure, I'm a master at making trouble. So defend yourself, runt. Do you really think?
Show him! Give it your all!
It's quite a bit better than I am.
Let him have it.
And my hits basically do shit. Couple of critical hits there, and the situation has drastically changed.
Not bad.
I could have told you that.
Not at all.
Hey you, come over here. I've got something for you. There's a fellow here who insisted on talking to you. Since you weren't here, he told me to give you a message. He wants to meet you, behind Halver's fish shop. This piece of information is free, but that's an exception, kid. Anything beyond that will cost you.
What did the guy look like?
I could tell you that, but you need to pay for it, my friend. Every piece of information I give you will cost 10 gold pieces.
I need information.
Maybe teachers. No. Okay, I'm not buying anything yet. We have leads on the missing citizens we can go after. I already paid 50 for the prostitute.
I haven't got time to chat with you. Talk to Cardiff if you want information.
Okay, fine. 3 things we can go after.
Some problems solve themselves.
Thief jumped into the harbor. So maybe one of the boats, or
That's all just gossip.
wonder where he went then. What else do we have to do? Talk to the fisherman. Meet the guy behind the fish shop. So
Do you really believe that?
I'll just go talk to the fisherman. We'll leave the meeting and the bow hunt for later. We need to go hunting with one of the local hunters too. All little things that might give us equipment and experience.
Hey, you! Your buddy William has disappeared?
So he has. He's a fisherman, but a little too big for his boots, I should add. He should have stayed well away from that bunch.
When did you last see him?
Only a few days ago.
Maybe he just went out to sea to fish.
That's not very likely. His boat is still moored in the harbor.
What's he been up to?
William had some shady dealings with those crooks. I think it was all about contraband that he sold to the bastards.
What bastards would those be?
I don't know who they are or what their business is here in Corinus. I only know the place where they met up with William. I just happened to see William there when I was fishing in the bay.
Where exactly is that meeting place?
There's a bay opposite the harbor, north of here. You can only reach it by boat or swim. There's a beach there, and a small fishing camp. That's where I saw them.
I think I've heard enough.
Spare yourself the effort. I don't believe you'll find him.
So, basically that island there, I suppose. It didn't really occur to me to try to take on such a massive trip by simply swimming. For God's sake, just go there. At least we know. I believe that. If the guy who stole the boat jumped into the harbor, there's also a chance the boat might be there. That's the only place. Well, there's seems to be a lighthouse there too, and swimming by those rocks wouldn't be too dangerous. More of a question is what's in the water. Either way, someone's looking for me specifically. Ways behind the fish shop. That's a little bit odd.
That's the first I've heard of it.
I don't expect a fight, but we might as well be prepared for it. This shouldn't be too much of a problem. If we get into a fight, I'll just escape the roofs. That should be good enough.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
By the way, I'm fairly pleased with how things have developed now. We have enough learning points to get lockpicking, and something extra on top of that. I think I'll try to hold on to the learning points. More trophy taking, for example, could cost a point per trophy type, for example. I think I'll be hoarding points at that point. I do want to finish the few quests we have in this town, then go visit the other major faction than mercenaries. Maybe visit some of the farms nearby to see if we can find more of the missing people or get trainers, something like that. I do want to stick to the roads though. I think I saw a shadow move there in the water. Yeah, right at the edge. Yeah. Gigantic shadows. So they look like shark type shadows. So swimming is certainly maybe an option, but that island right there might be the farthest way I could even dare to swim. Seems like it's basically a death sentence without a bonus.
He would have never thought of that himself.
That's no secret.